Hello, my beautifuls, lovelies, wonderfuls, amazings, and beloveds. I just want to share this with you. Oop, love that truck. Look how beautiful. Just beautiful. And one of the beautifuls is also you. And we did our book on the magic of everyday life, kind of switching it up a little bit here. But anyway, I want to thank you for joining me. What we are doing here is our little slow crawl through squirrel, the magic of everyday life. It is all around us. It's in us and it's all around us. And I want to just encourage you that if you're looking for other tips and tools, go back and look into that book. But what we're doing right now is Excuses Be Gone by Dr. Wayne Dyer. And it is a book on how to change lifelong, self-defeating thinking habits. And we are in part 2, and we are crack-a-lacking right on through chapter 4. So chapter 4 is on the first principle. So guys, when you do get a chance, hit like, hit subscribe, and leave your positive comments. I so look forward to hearing from you. Okay, so we're gonna get on to this. Okay, let me pick up where I left off. Okay, little different setting. Okay, the many paths of awareness. So we're still in chapter 4, but I think we're gonna be wrapping up in the next few days. So awareness does not come to you exclusively from your intellect. In fact, squirrel, there is a lot research showing that the memories and thoughts aren't in your brain. They're actually in a field, and you tap the field. And that's why people can have the same idea on the light bulb, the same idea on electric cars, or whatever it is, at the same time around the world, because God is a field of infinite information. Okay, so Hafiz, a Persian poet in the Middle Ages, explains it this way. O thou, there were some leaves, sorry. O thou who art trying to learn the marvel of love from the copybook of reason, I am very much afraid that you will never really see the point. Okay, listen to that just another moment. O thou who art trying to learn the marvel of love from the copybook of reason, I am very much afraid that you will never see the point. Now guys, God is infinite. So to try to understand God, the universe, spirit, source, from some kind of copybook that we're still trying to catch up to as human beings, it could be very frightening that we may miss the point. Because God is supernatural. He stands outside of time. He, she, the energy stands outside of time, can heal all things, can help all things, can love all things. Like the Bible says, God's perfect love casts out all fear. And when Jesus died on the cross, he made the way that all of us could come to the Father, who's also living within us. So God is within us, all around us. Spirit, however you want to put it. So in other words, studying these pages and memorizing the components, so he's tying this into the book now. In other words, studying these pages and memorizing the component of awareness will never replace experiencing it. So kind of what we talked about in a few videos back, I kept talking about the part where he talked the willingness to do. You don't want to stay in the passive state, swiping through YouTube and stuff, or whatever. When your teacher teaches you, when Josiah Brandt teaches you, Brian Scott teaches you, Rene Garcia teaches you, when somebody teaches you and you are picking up when they're laying down, go out and practice it. It's going to be a little awkward at first, but the better you get at it, the better it'll be. Just like my videos and my channels and my classes and my retreats, they're going to progressively get better. And I'm very blessed that you're here to help focus on me on that way, because I'm going to just continue. I can't explain how encouraged I feel for all of you who are supporting me, watching my videos, subscribing, liking, and leaving your positive comments. It is my goal to be of service, and you're helping me, and I'm so thankful. Okay, so encourage yourself to spend time noticing where and what you're feeling in your physical body. This is the initial step towards achieving the consciousness that Lao Tzu speaks of. The mystical techniques for achieving immortality are revealed only to those who have dissolved all ties to the gross worldly realm of duality, conflict, and dogma. So I'm going to read that again. Okay, the initial step towards achieving the consciousness of Lao Tzu, which was free. The mystical techniques for achieving immortality are revealed only to those who have dissolved all ties to the gross worldly realm of duality, conflict, and dogma. And when you study Jesus, he says the same thing. He tells us to release our worldly, ties. When you look at any of these spiritual teachers, this is hilarious. We've got bees joining this class. We've got leaves falling in. So anyway, all the teachers are telling you to leave the worldly things behind for the higher good, for the connection with God, with the Spirit. So this is a telling message. I know that I see myself as an immortal being who receives guidance on awareness specifically because I let go and dissolve most of my ties to the world duality, conflict, and dogma, which, guys, right now is just taking over the world. So we have a choice. Are we going to get caught up in the duality, conflict, and dogma, or are we going to be the peacemakers like St. Francis? Make me a channel of your peace. That prayer, that song, I'll look up the words, but it's like, make me a channel of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring your love. In every instance of a negative, St. Francis of Assisi would talk about how he would bring a higher order value, God's values in. Okay, well, I'll look that up later. So anyway, the excitement of living from this perspective is beyond anything I can describe. It reminds me that I do exist in the place of all things are possible. Do you got that? You exist. You exist in the place that all things are possible. But you have to be able to have that faith muscle to actually believe that all things are possible. You have to believe it. And in the time as you believe it, the world will begin to reflect it back to you. All of life seeks to glorify the Lord. So as we glorify all that is spirit, all that is universe, all that is God, it'll come back and glorify and love on you. So the excitement of living from this perspective is beyond anything I can describe. It reminds me that I do exist in a place of all things are possible. And I apply this consciousness to all of my old thinking, and I encourage you to do the same. So right now, I don't know if you can see this, the sun is just beaming these beautiful rays of love, light, and healing upon me. And as I sit here, I feel like I am living in the field of all things are possible. And as I'm in the sun here, and the wind caresses my face, and the bees are buzzing by my face, and the leaves are falling, and the water is flowing, and the fire is burning within, I can feel all my bad excuses and habits melting away. But we need to assist it by allowing the newness to come forward. So we apply this consciousness, and our old habits of thinking, these excuses, will melt away. So I encourage you, just be encouraged. Don't be discouraged, be encouraged. You've spent enough time being not encouraged, so try it. Kind of like a Coca-Cola, try it. So know that you are a soul with a body rather than the reverse. So we come from God, we're going to be in these beautiful temples, and we will return to God. And understand that this knowledge is your ticket to changing beliefs that keep you stuck in what Lao Tzu calls your shadow worldly ambitions. Because guys, you can't take it with you. But what you can take is what you work on in your spiritual life, and all the things that you do for people, good or bad. It's going to continue to travel with you. So awareness will remind you of who you are capable of becoming. And all that you need will reappear when you're vigilant about replacing old thinking habits with it. So guys, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day inside of us. It's a beautiful day outside of us. So I just want to continue to encourage you, the many paths of awareness. The more that you're aware, those little subtle habits or negativities can show their ugly faces and melt in the light of the sun, or whatever light, or whatever element is actually working with you. Guys, I thank you so much for joining me. I really cherish this time with you, and I appreciate the community that's beginning to build here. And I just wish you every favor upon your life that God can grant you. May the universe bless you in every way, and just know that you are wonderful, amazing, beautiful, lovely, beloved. Okay, when you do get a chance, please hit that like button, subscribe, and leave your positive comments. And you know, we're doing Excuses Be Gone, so start looking at your excuse categories. Look at the chapters on the 18 base excuses that he noticed through his research. But also, you might have a few trick ponies in there, and you might be like, I gotta get rid of that one. Let's dissolve it in the light of the sun, or in the light of the moon, or whatever. Let's just do it so we can move into our higher purpose. Let's get out of the passive state into the active state. So thanks again for spending this time with me. I love being with you. Okay, and when you get a chance, hit subscribe and like, leave your positive comments, and you know what's next. Peace in. Peace